Hello everyone. It's been a week since the last stream and the market bounced for a few days since 21st of November. And personally, I don't quite like this bounce, and I'll show the reason why later in the stream. So I've bought Rivian the same, I think it's last Tuesday, the same day which I've streamed. So it's after the stream. I bought it after I closed the stream. So I bought it around here. So right after it breaks out from this 5-minute pullback, because I'm just couldn't resist of not taking it. So the EMA is converging in 1 hourly. Also near the anchor VWAP from this kind of, you can say, a swing high, or the first day of the pullback. And I think more and most importantly, the weekly structure. I really love the pullback and then sharp reclaim. And on the daily, it shows kind of a range. If you really trying to draw a line, you can see this like tiny range. Like Christian always loves to draw those range, and you can see it's kind of a range breakout in the hourly chart. So even if this trade fails, if it stops me out on Tuesday, and I would still look for another for another opportunity to take it. So I just love this. Really love the relative strength of this stock, the weekly structure, and the daily and hourly setup. Although it's not the, I would say, the 5-star or a very good looking one, but it's I still love it, and it's working pretty nice for the past few days. And then the second one would be Tesla. I took the 2X ETF and I bought it yesterday during the pullback, and it almost stops me out. It very close to my stop for the low of day. So my entry was at the, I believe the first I believe the 1 minute candle breakout on around 1845. Yeah, it breaks out from all the EMAs, and kind of you can see the 5-minute opening range highs. I believe this is the 5-minute opening range high. To put it around here. So my stop is around 2%, a little bit wider than the optimal. My optimal stop would be 1.5, around 1.5%. So a little bit wider, but still acceptable, especially for a 2x ETF. As I've also mentioned in the last stream, Rivian and Tesla are the ones that I really think could be the next leader if the market turns around. First, I think also the optimal buy point for Tesla would be on last Wednesday during this pullback. But during this pullback, pulls back to the hourly 21. Also, the EMAs are converging, so it prints another higher lows, and also near the daily 50 EMA, although it's under the anchor VWAP. But if you are trying to long Tesla, I would say that this pullback to the daily 50, or you can say the daily 9, and also the hourly 21 would be a good entry. But I missed this one, so I really love the weekly structure of Tesla, the big picture, a very classic VCP, very classic cup with handle. And the daily, the EMAs are also converging too. Why do I pick Rivian when there are no other EV stocks? That is very true. So the sector strength is one of the the reason you I buy stock, but it's not a definite reason. I mean, it's not the how does it call? It's not a necessary factor. So it is one of the factor. I think is you can say a sufficient factor, but it's not necessary. So sometimes, and I think most of the times, the true market leaders, I don't know, can Rivian be the next leader? But I just love his relative strength, the weekly pictures, and a lot of different reasons that I've just talked about. So the third one, this first stocks that I've bought is the lemonade. Also from the last pullback. So again, I missed the optimal entry, which is also the it's on the Tuesday, right at the pullback to the anchor VWAP, also the 9 EMA. This one I was watching it, but I didn't pull the trigger. So this is the entry. You zoom in, I think the entry, but if you bought it at the 5 minutes, you got stopped out if you put it at the low of day. So I think the second attempt would be the best, or in hindsight, the best one is this 5-minute flag breakout. But the stop would be a little bit too wide, and I think probably most of the time I'll put it at this candle, or I don't know. I think I won't wait until the flag has formed. Maybe I will put it at the 15-minute. Yeah, maybe. But you can see, on the 15-minute, it bounces right at the 150 EMA. So it also found support on the 150 EMA on the 15 minutes. On Monday. It's worth looking point. So for lemonade, I put it at the second dip yesterday. So I put it at the 5-minute breakout on this second dip here. It almost took me out before the close, but fortunately it didn't. Lemonade has also have shown the relative strength, and although I bought Tesla and lemonade, but I also got stopped out from CSIQ yesterday. I tried to bought at the 5-minute breakout, but it stops me out later later yesterday, and also got stopped out from the ONDS. I've also tried to put ONDS on this bounce here, 5-minute candle breakout, but then it also stops me out. So although the market has been gapping up before the market opened, I don't quite like the current market condition. Low breadth, and also the trade feedback is not that favorable for being aggressive and being positive for the long side. And more importantly, you can see I'm always tracking Nvidia, and Nvidia is gapping up to the declining EMA, the weekly 9, the daily, or the daily EMA. So I think today or this, maybe I would say this week will be pretty important for Nvidia. So if it rejects the 50 EMA and lose the 9 EMA, I fail to close above the 9 EMA and get rejected, this is not a good sign for the whole market, especially when the semis are showing relative strength and Nvidia is showing relative weakness compared to others. Having similar for AMD, also bouncing into the declining EMA. If it's going to the upside, it has to stay above the 9 EMA, and then the 21 EMA. But I don't think it is going to happen in this few days. I think it takes maybe 2 or 3 days at least for if it's really going to show some strength and then breaks out to the upside. I think there's a kind of a 50-50 chance for them to reject, and then so I'm not really that positive for the general markets. And you can see there are a lot of stocks that are still under the EMAs, so I'm actually very cautious. Yesterday, actually, there's a lot of short entries that the short entries on the growth names, especially the small caps and the really growth name, the previous leader, the speculative name. Many of them are bear flagging and then breaks down. But I don't like taking the short entries when the market is gapping down. So yesterday the market gaps down. So I didn't take the short entry, but I get some follow through. So this G set is flagging pretty nicely, but it's too illiquid. Fastly too. This LAES looks so similar to the Tesla back in February. Lose all the EMAs and bounce back into the 9 EMA. Lose all the EMAs, bounce back to the 9. Looks so identical. I want more sideways for LAC if I'm going to take long. Maybe sideways for 1 or 2 days would be much better. This undercut and reclaim Napiers is showing some strength, so it's worth taking a look. Oh, this is a earnings from Cradle. Unity is also showing huge relative strengths. They're also forming a nice copper handle base. It'd be really nice if it pulls back or gets some kind of entries later this week or maybe next week. Hopefully it won't go straight up. If it's going straight up, this is to be a straight up the right side of the base. Following this straight down on the left side, and the right side would probably go straight up. Oh, I'm looking for any potential shorts if the market is showing some weakness after this green open. But although like there are a lot of weakness across the markets, there are also some green shoots, but not much, just some, which makes me a little bit feeling uneasy for taking shots. And the market is still above the 9 EMA, and there's some other defensive sectors that are still holding up. It could be a sector rotation, and then gives time for some consolidation for the growth names, for the tech and the speculative name. This breakout is too fast for Cradle. Right now, Nvidia and AMD is holding the 9 EMA. I really love this. This ONDS is pulling back very gently. This CSIQ is also pulled back to the anchor VWAP. The main thing for the ONDS is the hourly declining EMAs, but it is converging, so probably it's going to take one side. I mean pick a side. Either it's going up or down. I think I muted my mic. Looks like the market is not rejecting over here. Here comes the rejection. Oh, BE is holding up pretty well. So if I'm looking for short, I'm not going to love this BE action. It's still holding up the 5-minute 9 profile. Just break up from the inside there yesterday. Quantums are weak, but IONQ is showing some relative strengths, holding up the 9 EMA on daily compared to RGTI and QUBT. So if Quantums is making a higher low here, IONQ when DS is going from red to green, this is pretty amazing. These shakeouts, could it be a shakeout or just a bounce? But given the reaction from other stocks in the market, I want ONDS to undercut the anchor VWAP here. Maybe pulls back to the 9 EMA, 760-ish. Oh, I just bought some when the this will be a 3% stop. I'm going to take around a 2% stop here. It will be a 0.5% trade. Today is pretty solid for the upside. The actions are app is gapping higher and have some follow through. Palantir has trying to break out from the 50 EMA and also the huge red candle high. This reversal candle has huge selling power and is trying to take out its high. Today's action is much stronger than expected, but still needs to be a little bit cautious about any reversals, potential reversals to the downside, because many of them are grinding back to the declining EMA. Lumen is strong. MDB is an EP, but the nature of this stock is it's not very tradable. It's more choppy, and normally when it gaps up, when this gaps up, it doesn't have any follow through. So gaps up and then goes sideways, gaps up, goes sideways. Even the gap downs too, gap downs and then goes sideways, gap down, goes sideways. So this thing is not very friendly to the trader. This SoFi could be an entry today. This breakout from the prior day high could be an entry. Lemonade almost I think is going to stop me out in coming seconds. Could also be an entry. Could be the breakout of previous day high. It's not ideal, but it could be an entry. You can manage the risk very tight here. I still haven't got stopped out from Lemonade just yet. Oh, Tesla. Why is my trading view not showing my drawings? It's been stop doing any new trades today. And if the market can hold up, like if it's still if it can close strong, then it's a really good sign for being more aggressive in the long side. So any pullbacks after today would be a very good opportunity for entries if the market closed strongly today. Like Nvidia is now reversing. So today is pretty crucial for the next trend on how to position the ourselves into the next trend. Always preparing for any outcome and don't get too excited for the actions now. It could be wiped away in a few minutes. But it's been looking pretty good for the long side, even if it just goes sideways for the remaining of today. Just hold above the gap. Or maybe for the screeners you can go to I think I've shared it in my Twitter or in the Discord, in the Christian's Discord channel. It must been shared it somewhere. I think you can find it. Crypto is bouncing hard today. Looks nice. This strong bounce from crypto is also a good sign. A green sign for the growth names, for the speculative. Still is most of them are under the 9 EMA. It will be a long way to go. So also let's see how they close today. And they close strong or not is very, very important. In my opinion, there's no need to rush in, waiting for today, the close of today, or maybe even because right now a lot of stocks are still under the resistance, under the EMA. They need some time to decide which direction they want to go. Whether they get rejected right away or they consolidate for a few days and then gaps down or break out to the upside. I think we need a few days. How many open positions I can take? It really depends. I think I've also answered this question in the Christian's Discord. So it mainly depends on how my existing positions are working. So if I have a lot of profit cushions, I can afford a larger number of new positions. And also it also depends on how the market is doing. So whether the market is starting at the start of a new uptrend or at the middle or at the very extended. So if the market is very extended, and then I'm not going to take a huge number of new positions and exposure. It mainly depends on this too, but also lots of other factors like how my new positions are working. And for I think 80% of the questions, there's no model answer. There's no right or wrong for any answer. Especially, I'm trading like discretionarily. So for most of my entries, I don't have a strict set of rules that I have to follow. So really, like many questions, I don't have a standard answer. But I do believe there's one part in trading that I won't change, or I have an answer for that. Is the risk management. No matter which setup you trade or which time frame you are using, you're trading breakouts or pullbacks or mean reversions or whatever, I do think risk management is the most important one. And I always define my risk and cap my risk when I enter this trade. Even before, most of the time before I enter the trade, you have to know how much you're gonna lose when you're wrong. And then you have to, the market is always changing. Like some entries are working better this year, some are not, some are working less favorably, some are working better, breakouts are working better, pullbacks are working better. Like the entry tactic could change, could varies, but risk management never changes. I believe 10 years later, if I'm still trading, I haven't went bankrupt. I'm still using the hard stop and risking maybe not 0.5%, maybe 0.3%, maybe less than 0.5% for each trade I took. I use stop order. Right now things have been pulling back a little bit, which is good. If it stop going down from here, it just goes sideways, which is good. But if it is going to reverse and then quickly, then this SNDK. Yes, I do hold positions overnight if I'm not up on them, because I don't watch the close. I don't stay awake till the close. So if it doesn't stop me out before the close, I will be still in. So market is going as the reversal that I'm talking about. The stocks are hanging up. Looks like they're hanging up. I believe that's it for today. And again, I think the close of today is very important. You should better be waiting for the close before doing. If you're trying to short, I think it could be a good entry. I don't feel very comfortable shorting here, so I'm just gonna pass on the shorts. Yep. So always prepare for both sides for the worst case. So thank you everyone.